Until April 15th, we will be in a zone of total uncertainty and high volatility. It is during this time that the markets may hit their absolute bottom before a good rise in the second quarter. On April 4th, very important labor market data will be released in America, which explains the state of the economy during this period. April 10th is the inflation report. April 15th is tax day, as they say in America. Until this day, everyone must file their tax returns and, of course, pay their taxes. For those individuals often withdraw from high-risk assets, meaning there may be downturns. Now let's move on to the technical analysis of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Here on my chart, I still have the ones I did in the last episode, and we see that we haven't exited the descending channel that I identified, and we are also within the channel according to the Fibonacci grid. We touched the upper and lower edges, and now we are consolidating somewhere lower in the lower part. This is not from the descending channel according to the Fibonacci grid. Here I also drew this rectangle. This is the price that will most likely be present for probably half a month, these 2 weeks I mentioned, when there will be a lot of important news. And most likely there will be high volatility in this channel. Considering the data, which will most likely be released regarding the economy, they might be, let's say, 95% likely to be disappointing. There could be drops down to the 76,000 mark, because if we are indeed in a descending channel, 76,000 is definitely possible. We might expand a little. Now, I have expanded this channel. That is, it might go a little further in the long term, but the trend is directed towards a descending channel. This does not indicate a breakdown of the bullish sentiment. It still persists because everyone remembers that all this growth started due to Trump's manipulation. And the market, let's say, reacts to news, but not fundamentally. By the way, it's about the stock market. After Trump announced the introduction of tariffs, the stock market dropped by about 4 to 5%. The S&P 500 index fell by 4 to 5%, Nasdaq by 4 to 5%. And of course, everything else followed suit, which was to be expected. But we see that the market didn't react much, meaning this news was already priced in. This indicates that crypto is becoming so tied to the stock markets that we must definitely consider, when entering any position, to look at things more fundamentally and link Bitcoin to the stock market. By the end of the 15th, we are likely to move towards 76,000. And it's very likely that we won't reach there and will remain in a channel. From 79, most likely to 74,000, I think that will be the maximum. Now I will expand this channel, 70, 80, 4,000. Approximately in this channel, we will move until the 15th. Of course, if the news comes out positive, there might be sharp surges to around 88,000. But this is very unlikely. Next, we move on to Ethereum. On air, we drew here what? Maybe with a good market turnaround. But unfortunately, this is not happening. And if Bitcoin starts to turn around towards 7980, from 7980,000, and otherwise, if Ethereum breaks through $1,600, its next target will definitely be $1,400. We are in a descending channel for Ethereum. Now I will draw it here. The descending channel is very steep. And as I mentioned last time, we are currently experiencing cascading price decline. For example, right now I see that it's possible to take a small long position on Ethereum from around 1750 up to a maximum of around $1850, $1900. This is a local trend that can certainly be taken advantage of. With stop losses, there is no comforting forecast for Ethereum that it will reverse anytime soon. Now let's open the daily chart for the daily analysis. We see that we have already entered a zone of high liquidity. which was not worked out before the start of Trump's manipulation. So this is the real price of Ethereum right now. It might hover around here, but if it drops below 1600 and consolidates there, we will reconsider. Most likely these local lows that were there, but it's too early to judge. So friends, I remind you that the most favorable trading conditions are, of course, on the BTC and Xpro platforms, where there are no fees for withdrawing funds or opening and closing trades. So click the link in the description, download the app and install it. And if you want to receive a $50 gift, then complete the quest, which is also described in the description. You need to register on our social network. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. So until next time, and don't forget about our Telegram channel, which is also in the description of this video.